final installment of the review of Prince or the artist with the Emancipation album right here. And today we are going to conclude this review with the third disc. Man, the third disc. What can I say about the third disc? What can I say about the third disc? It's a very interesting disc to say the least. Give me one quick second. Hold on. See something. Just gotta make sure my thing's not showing up on my computer. Okay, yeah. Alright, so as I was saying, yeah, the third disc is a very interesting disc as well because while like the second disc presents the present and like the first disc presents like the him in the past, third disc kind of looks him like looking ahead in the future and how he's gonna overcome this bullshit from my perspective and shit like that. Um, so I like I said in the last review, I wasn't really too fond of the second disc like that, but I understood most of what he was doing and shit, but the third disc I got some interesting things to say the least. Okay, so track number one on the third disc, we got a Slave. Very interesting song to say the least. Very interesting song to say the least right there and shit like that. From what I got from that song, he was just talking about really like what he was going through, you know, with the slave era, you know, the beef with Warner Brothers and whatnot. Um, it's kind of interesting too because when I first heard this track, I didn't really care for it like that, but over the time, like re-listening to the album a couple of times, I having like a new appreciation for. And in a weird way, the way I see this song, it kind of reminds me of what MJ would have done on the History album, especially like around like 95, since they were both recorded within a year of each other, you know, History being in 95 and then this album being in 96. And the reason why I say that is because while Prince was at the time, you know, going through his bullshit with the Warner Brothers as attacking, you know, label and shit, MJ was just going after, you know, the critics and people, you know, attacking him for the child abuse allegations and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? So kind of like a interesting comparison I picked up on that. So yeah, so Slave, that's definitely a song where it kind of grew on me and stuff. So yeah. Track number two, New World. Very interesting song, another interesting song. I do love the song. Believe it or not, this was actually supposed to have been the B-side to the most beautiful girl in the world. You know, everyone knows that song and shit like that because before that song was originally on the Gold Experience, you guys should know he released that song in '94 and shit like that. And so the reason why it was not a B-side was because like Warner Brothers did not allow Prince to release more than one independent release song, you know, for a single release and shit like that. So that's one thing I picked up on that. So that's very interesting. So yeah, so New World, very cool song. I love this song and shit like that. Just, you know, talking about one thing I pretty much picked up on this song to say pretty much was just like just talking about how just like how we should all just be unified with one another, how we should all have love for one another and whatnot and shit like that because we have like a bigger enemy to face in the future, and that's one thing I got from that, you know. Track number three, The Human Body. I actually do like this song too. It's another song that it's a weird song that kind of grew on me. Kind of looks like one of those little sexy dance tracks, you know, like he like reminiscent of what he was doing and shit, but with like a late '90s twist to it. So yeah, this one was pretty straight. Track number four, Face Down. Man, this is probably my favorite song off this album. Um, One of his like popularly among his best songs where he's rapping next to Days of Wild and shit. You know what I'm saying? Love this shit right here. Just the way he was flowing, the fucking very funky beat and shit like that. Yeah, I have some lines I want to read off from you guys in a minute. Give me 1 second. He says some shit like, Told them he wanted to sing a song about a black child going buck wild, and they just laughed in his face. Talk to your lawyer, but you got no case. What she needs to do is keep your place. Next time you pull a card, it's better be an ace, motherfucker, or you can lay face down. Like, love the way he was just flowing on that track and shit. And if you guys can find on YouTube, it's actually available on YouTube, but he actually did like perform that song in the first episode of the Chris Rock show and shit. No, not everybody hates Chris. Not that show. I'm talking about the sketch comedy show he had in HBO like in '97 and shit. But if you guys have the DVD of that show and shit like that, the performance is not available on there because for instance, copyright rules and shit like that. So, but it's on YouTube and stuff. It's not the best of quality, but you can find it. But yeah, Face Down, very dope song. Love this shit. Next track we have is La 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 Means I Love You. You guys should know that's the cover of the Delphonics classic song. I think that was released in 1968, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so yeah, he did a very dope cover. It's a very cool cover and shit. His falsetto definitely shined throughout this whole song. Probably my second favorite song off this album. And a little trivia: Shantae Moore actually did background vocals on this song too. So just a little trivia I want to give y'all. Next track is Style. Um, Very cool song. He's pretty much talking about how style is just more than clothes. Style is like how you think. Style is like your way of thinking, your way of coping in life and shit like that. That's pretty much what style is. It's just more than fashionable looks and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then we got this Sleep Around. Man, this song is so fucking ill. I actually do love this song. Another one of my favorite songs. A little trivia. I read it was originally supposed to have been on the Chaos and Disorder album, but he put it in this one. This song has a very 70s like Studio 54 feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and talking about sleeping around, like just the way he sing the beat has a very feel to it and shit. I love this fucking track. Yeah, this should have been a single, but it was like about 7 minutes and stuff. So, but who knows? He could have chopped it down and shit. It could have been a dope single. So, yeah, that's Sleep Around. Then we got this Da 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 that features Scrap D and shit like that. Pretty okay song. It's pretty cool song. They're both talking about how what a black man in a country, what it's like and what they face and shit like that. I'm sorry, but Scrap D sounds like a wannabe Tretch to me. I'm sorry. Like, if you guys have the album, you hear the album, you'll know what I'm talking about and shit. But it's a good song and shit. But yeah, it's a very dope song. It's Da Da Da. Then we got is My Computer. Again, another cool song. Yeah, another cool song. Not really too fond of the song that much. Then we got is One of Us, which is the last cover of the album of the Joan Osborne song, if I'm not mistaken. I never liked the song then. I still don't like the song now. I don't care who covered it. Pretty much just being honest with you guys and shit. Then we got is The Love We Make. Yeah, this is a very okay song. It's according to Prince, he wrote this. He used the song to like speak to a friend that actually succumbed to like drug addiction and shit like that. So, and it's been actually alleged that this song was written about Wendy and Suzanne Melvoin's brother Jonathan, who you guys should also know he's a keyboard player to the band the Smashing Pumpkins, alternative rock group from the '90s and shit like that. Yeah, just putting it out there. So yeah, it's a pretty okay song. I respect the message, but pretty okay. And the last song off this album is Emancipation. One thing I got from Emancipation is just basically this sums up the whole entire message of this album: being free, being the best that you can do, and stuff like that. So that's one thing I got from Emancipation. Yeah. And so that's all I have for the Emancipation album. So I'm just going to talk about what I think about the third disc, and I'm going to pick my personal songs where I feel like it should have been like a perfect single disc album, not just perfect or solid, whatever. So the third disc, in my opinion, is a very interesting disc because as Prince was trying new styles, you can kind of tell like he was like throwing splashes of some of his older style. If you really like listen deeper and shit like that, like Human Body, like the danceable kind of track, it definitely is like reminiscent of maybe like the Dirty Mind controversy era and shit like that. Whereas maybe I would say what's that one track like? Maybe Da 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 kind of reminds me of something like he definitely done maybe like on the Diamonds and Pearl Love Symbol album and shit like that. And then he's also trying some new styles too. Like, he's definitely the new style he was trying with like Sleep Around and stuff like that. So it's kind of a little bit of everything when you think about the third disc from what I see. And from what I want to say, I like this disc slightly better than the second disc too. So I would say this is my second favorite disc from this album. Yeah, definitely a very interesting disc. You can tell like he was happy during this period. You can tell like he definitely sequenced his album a lot better than the second disc too. So that's another good point from that. So yeah. All right. So here's the thing. This album has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so each disc has 12 songs. 12 songs. So my personal favorite songs that I would pick for each album would be Jam of the Year, Somebody Somebody. Hmm. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Yeah, so my personal songs that I'll pick from this album would be Jam of the Year, Somebody Somebody. Hmm. Bet You by Gotti Wow. I would definitely pick that. Um, Now this is where it kind of gets tricky for me. Sex in the Summer. I'll probably pick that one. Holy River. Oof. Yeah, this is where it kind of gets hard for me. Shit. White Mansion. I forgot about that one. Slave. Let's Have a Baby. I'll pick that. Email. Okay, I'll pick Email too. Definitely pick Email. Um, I'll throw La 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 Means I Love You. Face Down. And then the last song, I would just sum it up with Emancipation. So those are definitely the songs that I would definitely pick from this album and shit. So yeah, and that's it. That's the Emancipation album. There it goes. That's the Emancipation. This is Prince's statement right here. He was free from Warner Brothers and stuff. So yeah. And so I thought about what my next Prince I'm thought about what my next Prince review will be during this period. So just a bit of warning. I'm not really gonna talk about, the vault the vault for all my friends for sale. I'm not really gonna talk about that really. I'll maybe talk about it maybe in the future, but I will probably talk about it at a second. And I'll probably save Crystal Ball for a later date somewhere. So probably my next Prince review I'm going to talk about is the New Power Soul. I want to definitely talk about the New Power Soul, and I got a lot of shit to say about that album. That's all I'm going to say. But that'll probably be sometime. That'll probably be sometime next month. So I'm going to take my time with that one. So this is Prince with Emancipation, released in 1996. And Last but not least, I gotta have a little bonus treat for everybody. I got a few more vinyls I want to show you guys and stuff like that. So just a few things I got from this dollar sale. So first album I want to show you guys is the Life soundtrack released in 1999 on Rockland on the Interscope. Yeah, this is a very dope soundtrack. Very dope, funny movie, Life, starring Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, Anthony Anderson, Bernie Mac. Rest in peace to Bernie Mac, by the way. Yeah, man, very dope movie. Soundtrack was pretty good. It's a pretty solid soundtrack. Singles album is known for was Live featuring Casey and JoJo. Fortunate featuring Maxwell. Man, that was a big song back in '99. Shit, that was a big song. Um, New Day featuring Wyclef Jean and Kenny G. And It's Gonna Rain. That was with Kelly Price. Dope song too. And City High with What Would You Do? Everyone knows that song and shit. Yeah, man. Pretty much, standard, late '90s R&B and shit like that. Yeah, man. Very dope album. Definitely gonna talk about this album one day in the future and shit. This is the Life soundtrack, 1999. Oh, I gotta talk about this movie too. Fuck the album, but then we got Chuck Mangione with Feel So Good. This was released in 1977 on A&M Records. For those who don't know who Chuck Mangione is, for what I know about him, he's of course, a jazz artist, you know what I'm saying, that originally he was a member of Art Blakey's band and shit. He just worked with Art Blakey's band. And pretty much, this was pretty much the album where he kind of like broke out on his own and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So feel so good because he's been releasing albums from what I looked up since like the '60s and shit. So this album was released. I think the only single I know this album came out with was, of course, this title track "Feel So Good." Yeah, man, very cool. Like smooth jazz, easy listening from like the late '70s and shit. If you're down with that stuff, very dope shit right here. Yeah, man. I think some rappers even sample from this album too. So this is Chuck Mangione. If I'm saying his last name right, Mangione. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, but Feels So Good, 1977. Yeah, myself. And this last album, I've been looking for this album for years and shit like that. Very, very, very dope album. Very underrated album and shit like that. Album I got right here is Rampage's first album, Scout's Honor, By the Way of Blood, released in '97 on Flip Mode on the Elektra Records. Very, very dope album. This shit right here, man. Like, you guys should definitely know who Rampage is. He is the member of the Flip Mode Squad. He is a cousin of Busta Rhymes and shit like that. He was probably best known these days for being one of the rappers on Craig Mack's Flavor in Your Ear remix. If you guys should know, he's the dude that rap after Craig Mack and before LL. And he also appeared on Busta Rhymes' Wow, Got You All in Check, which was off the Coming album, which is a classic album. You guys should definitely know about that shit. So, and I think it's kind of crazy too because originally he came out in '92 because he signed a deal with Dallas Austin on Rowdy Records, where he dropped the single "Beware of the Ramp Sack" and shit. So he got like a second record deal with Elektra Records and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So he came out with this album right here. Yeah, this is not the official cover. I know, but I've been looking for this album for years and shit. So I was like, you know what? But let me just say, any album like this, eventually I'll get the album with the cover and shit like that. If it's a CD, vinyl, or whatever, eventually I'll get it though. But as long as I got the music, that's all I gotta say. Because this is pretty much, I think, like a promo copy, I think. So yeah. I think the singles the album was released with was Take It to the Streets and We Gets Down. Yeah, man, this album got some dope ass shit like Get the Money and Dip with Busta Rhymes. Oh shit, man. Fucking Hall of Fame, that was a pretty dope shit, you know. Some of DJ Scratches and Rashad Smith's best beats on this project and shit. Yeah, man. Very, very, very dope album. This album is unfortunately is out of print, but you guys can definitely find it for like a good price, like on eBay, Amazon, and shit. I'm definitely gonna definitely talk about this album if I do some review on Busta Rhymes albums in the future. This is Rampage. This is Scout's Honor by the Way of Blood, released in '97. This is definitely highly needed if you love that late '90s boom bap and shit like that, you know. And that's all. That's all the time I got for y'all. Thank you so much for being with me when I reviewed the Prison Emancipation album. I got a lot more views I gotta do and shit like that. So I know I've been kind of slacking a little bit. I've just been kind of a little busy with like a lot of things I'm working with at the moment. So peace. So I hope you guys have a good day. Peace. And click that subscribe button too.